name is Mike Bath, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. And usually we have on our board, as we start, our discussion from our last video. And this is what we talked about, because we'll go through a slight review, and usually I add a few things because during the presentation I forget them. I get too excited and then I forget to do what I was going to do. But on this one here, when illusions dissolve, the truth unfolds. When you're in an illusion, you don't see the truth. You see what you believe the truth is. Oh, a little strange there. You believe it because the illusion is something. Illusion doesn't mean there's nothing there. It means there's something there, but what's there is not what you think it is. So as we went through here, we stopped these 4 little bullets, and real quickly, you see what you want to see and hear what you want to hear, because that matches your belief system. If you don't believe it, you're not going to see it. If you don't believe it's there, you're not going to hear it, because that will go against your belief system. So you always see what you want to see. And you can't see what you don't believe is there to see. Again, beliefs are so powerful in how they direct your world. The 4th one down here is you experience nothing. You experience nothing as it is. You experience nothing in what can be the thing in itself. You always experience an interpretation of that, which is not the thing in itself. So this was our model that we used. And we looked at out here the infinite field of everything and all the different things that were there as energy systems in this field. And I picked out one for me. And your senses then, and that's what these represented, your senses are picking up information. Now, we're going to stop there for a minute because when I was doing therapy, a lot of times in groups, I would do this exercise. And I thought I'd try it, even though we're not in a group, but we're in the same kind of situation. So here's what I used to do with a group, in a group setting. I would say, close your eyes. So you might close your eyes now as I go through this explanation and just see what happens. Of course, you're in your own space, so it's going to be a little bit different. And I have them in the group close their eyes. Let's close their eyes. And then I say, in a moment, I'm going to have you open your eyes, and for 5 seconds, I want you to quickly look around the room and pick out. Now your eyes are closed now, and you can't see anything. Pick out how many items have the color blue. How many items have the color blue? And then I have them open their eyes. Also open your eyes. And I start counting. 1, 2. Now count all the blues. 3, 5. Close your eyes. Okay, close your eyes. And how many found 10? How many found 2? And they raise their hands. And so we get a scale on who was so adept at finding blue. Now I'd close your eyes again. And then I would say now you try that, close your eyes. And I would say, how many red things did you find? And some of them, their eyes would pop open. Whoa, you didn't say look for red. Here's the point. Your senses, your eyes, are just instruments. They're picking up color. They're picking up wavelengths of color. They don't care if it's blue or pink or red or green or purple. They're just instruments. What determines if it's blue or red or pink? Your lens of perception. So if you picked up all the blue and you said, oh, I didn't even think about red. All the red that your eyes absorbed is down here. Didn't get through your filter. Because I programmed your filter for this slow period of time. I programmed it to cause you to look for only blue. All the other colors were there. This lens of perception determines your world. How is this programmed? What is your belief system? Your prejudices, your values. All of this in here will determine the world that you create in here. See, out here in the infinite field is meaningless. It's all meaningless until you filter out what is meaningful for you. And from that meaningful information, you create your world. Now, you did know you create your world. Or maybe you didn't. Now, so that's what we talked about. And so the world you create here, because it came from this energy, but it's not the same when you project this onto this outside infinite field of everything. It will match up, and you will believe that this world is here. And it's not. Now, the other thing is revelation. Revelation, I said, is one of the few things that will pass directly through your filter so that you experience it as it is through revelation. And we went through what that was. You will see the thing in itself. And it will be memorable too. So that's what we talked about last time. And now we're going to get on with a new subject. Oh, that'll be interesting. And it'll be a little tough too. So you got to use your imagination and use it now. This is our subject for today. So let me read it off the board because it's the same thing. The truth about the mind. It's a quantum state. It's a quantum state. Recently I've been following it. You can get all kinds of stuff off the internet, even, stuff like from me, but you can get all kinds of stuff off the YouTube. And two of the people that I've been following for a while now, just to see what they got to say, are Bernardo Castro, and this should be a little picture of him here, and also Federico Fagan, and here's a little picture of them. And they're both quite active in consciousness and the mind. So you can check them out, and they have much more stuff than I have, because their interviews go on for like 2-3 hours. So it takes a long time to go through them. I'm a little quicker than that when I put on my presentations. So this is what we got right now. It's a the mind is a quantum state. What's a quantum state? Well, here's what we came up with. So when I follow those guys, I don't know half the stuff they're talking about, but every once in a while, all of a sudden, boom, they hit on something. I say, oh, that makes sense to me, with my background and everything. So, I'm interested in that. I didn't know about quantum states or fields, but this is what I found out. A quantum state or field holds all the knowledgeable information of a particular quantum system. Well, I said that. So I'm thinking, what does that mean? It means it is a mathematical entity or formula for a particular system. And it is probabilities of where you're going to find the information within that quantum field or state. Now, states, you think about, countries or states within a country. They have a border, and they have certain things going on the inside. In a quantum field, there is no border because it's there. But what holds it in place is the mathematical entity or the formula for that particular state. And so that's what I found out. I got a little asterisk here. Quantum fields. A quantum field is an extension of consciousness. So in my model, and in other models that you find on the internet, consciousness is fundamental. Consciousness is all there is. So that's what we're starting with. And so now, let's just go on with the rest of the model. And here's the rest of the model. Recognizing that over here again, on the infinite field of everything, right here. And within that one field of everything arises. Why? That's all there is that one field. And within that one field are a bunch of infinite number of fields that are all together. And what we're talking about here is the quantum field of minds. So within this range, within the field of everything, is the field of minds. And so minds are extension of consciousness. And this is how I view it. So this is my model. And here's what we have. As best we can, we have from this field of minds, from consciousness, extends or is an extension of this conscious field is a mind. And there are many minds. There's your mind and my mind and everybody's mind and your dog's mind, all kinds of stuff. So these minds here that I'm showing are extensions of consciousness, because that's what the infinite field of everything is. And so we have the mind, and attached to the mind is a body. Now, if you look over here, minds in this model are the learners, because consciousness is expressing or wants to find out all it can about itself, because everything is there. Now, in every moment is a brand new moment that never has been before. Boom, a moment. And so the mind has to be aware of it. The infinite field of the consciousness must be aware of that new moment, that new universe, that new cosmos that happens in the next moment. And so this is an ongoing process, fractal in nature. So each moment will be a fractal expansion of the last moment. So in here we have minds. Each mind is attached to a body. So now we got body is the learning device for the mind. So down here, up here, we have the infinite field of everything. Down here, the other side of the body is the egoic world, which is the learning environment for the learning device. And this is where we have adventures, as we are having right now in this egoic world. So as we go through this explanation, this is another adventure for you. Mind-body, now, within this, mind-body connection. You always wondered where the mind-body connection was. Well, that's kind of what it looks like. You got the mind and you got the body, and they are entangled into one system, because body is the transition point between quantum and classic. And down here we have the classic world, and that's the environment in which the learning device sends information of its experiences back to the mind. So why does it do that? So they're entangled. Whatever the body experiences, whatever the body adventure that it's on, the mind knows about it, knows the information. Now it's quantum information. Why? Because the mind is quantum field. So the information is quantum. And what does that mean to us? It's private. You can't copy quantum information. It's in the quantum realm. It is in the realm of information in the form of quantum bits, or what they call qubits of information, which are possibilities up here, possibilities, mathematical entities, formula, possibilities of where all the information is. So it's not classical. Classical has certain symbols and words, and these are not in mind up here. Here, the mind is quantum, and the information is quantum. And if you want to move it into the classic world, you can't do it by copying it. You have to interpret it. You have to have an interpreter or somebody that knows both languages that are going on here that will give you the information. Now, during that process of getting that information out of quantum qubits into classical symbols and words, you lose a lot of the information. So as we go through this process, the mind is where you determine the experience. It is the mind's interpretation that determines the experience and its meaning and the quality of the experience. And the important part is, what does it mean to consciousness? And so you have this combination, this mind-body connection, that and the mind and the body experiences all of the adventures that you have up till now and transforms them into quantum information and transmits them to the infinite field of everything, the all, and consciousness. And it is through that process that consciousness becomes aware of itself. Now, look closely here, because in this process, the mind carries life force from consciousness. You always wonder, well, where did life come from? It comes from consciousness. So life force is shared here in the illusion, in this learning environment. So the mind shares life force with the body. When the experience is over, when it is all done, and mind retracts back up into this field, life force goes with it. That's why these, you notice I never showed them connected, because the body stays here. The body stays here in the egoic world. Body's not that important. Let's see what A Course in Miracles says about this situation. And here's what the Course says. The body does not exist except as a learning device for the mind. This learning device is not subject to error of its own because it does not create. It does not create. It is the mind that directs the body. It is the mind that sends the body on missions. If you now listen closely here, because this may be something you've been looking for and not been able to find. If you're in discomfort, if you're depressed, if you have some physical problems or emotional problems, where is the cause? In the egoic world, we say, wow, the cause is, the body, and and how it's thinking and stuff. The body is servant to the mind. If there is a problem with the body, look to the mind for the cause. Oh, we're not too good at that because we believe we can heal the body without involving the mind as a mental process. And I'm suggesting you have a problem with the body because the mind is not giving the right direction. So there is much to talk about here in the illusion. This is a switch now to a quantum understanding. And I said before in other videos that the classic world, classic physics, was developed with no understanding of quantum mechanics. And now, almost everything in our life is somehow connected with quantum effects. And maybe we'll talk about the cause of quantum physics or one of the experiments, double slit experiment. Oh, how interesting is that? But in the meantime, be good to yourself. Recognize you can make changes. Because this is the learner. And this is the learning device. And this is the learning environment that you are in right now. Be good to yourself. We will talk to you later, right here, as always, in the illusion.